Okay, so I asked our panelists to start off with a really short, punchy description about why they're up on the stage and why they deserve to be recognized for this wonderful award. So we're going to start off with Linda, since she got the unlucky seat right next to me to start first. So Linda, go ahead and take us away.
Thank you, Casey. And I'll ask a rhetorical question to the audience first. Don't answer, but I'm asking so that you think about it, okay? So what did you hear last about Africa? And just think about that. What did you hear about Africa in the international news? And more often than not, it's a picture of grim, devastating stories that aired on international news. And it's factual that there are a lot of problems in Africa, but we believe that there is hope for change and hope for prosperity of our people. So African Students for Liberty was launched in 2013. And since then, we have traversed the continent, recruiting talented young people and teaching them about the ideas of liberty, free markets, leadership, and also offering them a platform where they can develop their skills as advocates for freedom. And since it's been 2013 to date, this is our 11th year. And in this long journey, we have since trained over 3,000 young people as our volunteers across the continent. We have set up teams and programs in over 40 African countries. And we have also connected with thousands of young people across the continent through our activities and our programs. We also run the most prestigious journalism fellowship program on the continent that receives over 2,000 applications, but only accepts 35 fellows on the slots. Furthermore, we are contributors to the growth of the liberty movement in Africa, where a majority of the upcoming think tanks, including Atlas Network partners, are either led or founded by alumni of our African Students for Liberty program. So Professor George Ayite, who is our mentor and who has inspired the journey that we have taken all these years, prophesied about a future generation that will come and rise up and change Africa. We believe that we are this cheetah generation, as he named it, and we are dedicated and we are charged to go across the continent and promote free market solutions for the development of the continent. Today, we are truly inspired by this journey, and we are forever grateful to everyone who supported us. And now we have renewed energy to promote more social impact and freedom in our continent, Africa. Thank you.
So the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression has a litigation program, and we basically sue government officials for trampling on free speech rights. Now, these rights are the bedrock of American democracy. So when a government official anywhere in the country tramples on your right to free speech, FIRE is there to defend you. Regardless of politics or partisanship, if it's protected, we defend it, period. And in just the last year, as free speech has become an increasing attack, we expanded our mission beyond the higher education context, which is why it's now not education, but expression. And we now have 31 active cases with the potential to impact millions of Americans. And we're not just making noise, we're winning battles. Since we began litigating in 2014, we have won over 23 court cases, struck down over 40 speech restrictive policies, and won over $3 million in damages for victims of censorship. And simply put, we are working towards an America where everyone has the freedom to think as they will and to speak as they think. And most importantly, to ensure that our institutions protect that freedom. Because without free expression, there can be no real freedom.
Thank you.
Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. So I'll have a question for you too, but you can answer with your hands. So raise your hand if you are an entrepreneur. if you have a company, open a company or open a nonprofit, or if your parents open a company or a nonprofit, raise your hand. So you do have some people here. So imagine that you took up to 10 years just to receive a business license for your company, and that happens in Brazil. Up to 10 years. That happened like 2 months ago. Received a video with a guy crying because after 10 years he was able to get a business license. And to change that, the federal government approved a law 4 years ago called Economic Freedom Law, but it actually didn't work. Why? Because in Brazil, to get a business license, you need to get it from the state government and from the city government. And if the state and the city, they don't approve the law, they don't apply the law. So we created a project called Freedom to Work to pass the law, the Economic Freedom Law, in all 27 states. We are talking about 5,500 cities, 200 million people. So it's a continent, right? With Atlas Network support, with the trainings, the ideas, the grants, 2 days ago, we reached 26 million people benefited with less bureaucracy to open a company. In some cities, you can open a company now in 10 minutes online. You don't have to bribe anybody. Don't have to talk with the councilman. Don't have to talk with the mayor. You can just go open a company online and start working. So that's what we are doing. And we are basically helping the poor. So the poor people are the most impacted by it because sometimes they don't have the money to pay the business licenses. There's a fee sometimes to get a business license. So that's what we are doing, and we are being very successful up to now.
Hello, I'm here on stage since our deregulation of labor migration procedures have been successful, and all the procedures have been shortened by 1 month, and the procedures which were available only for the best enterprises in Lithuania are now open for everybody. The secret of our success is in going beyond the immediate topic. Because if we just face the issue, do we need more migrants to work in our country's economy, we would definitely lose the battle. So we moved beyond to the question of the future of our country, the demographic challenges which everyone knows with a declining population. We faced the issue of the need to deregulate the state service overall. So we said the migration procedures is just the first pilot that we need to do, and when we learn how to do it, we will do it all over the state service. We engaged our monetary policy insights by explaining to the public that it was possible for the central bank to instantly create money and demand, but for the supply to come to the market, you need labor. And therefore, we have a global shortage of labor everywhere. And Lithuania is in competition with all other countries around the globe. And we better do our procedures friendly so that we can get the best employees from other countries, non-European countries. So by broadening this agenda, it was definitely impossible not to win the battle. So, and it was such a joy to see that our state service became so open to this kind of thinking that it opens the gates now to reform other areas.
Hello, I'm Basanta Adhikari. I'm from Nepal. I run a think tank named Vikalpa and Alternative. We do research, advocacy, and educational programs. So my project is about motorbike license, easing up the motorbike license. So four-wheelers are very expensive in Nepal due to the heavy government tariffs. That is why people have to rely on two-wheelers. So because it's a easy means of transport and livelihood opportunities. It creates livelihood opportunities. But getting a motorbike license or two-wheeler license was not so easy in our part of world. So if I have to get the motorbike license, I have to wait. Just to get an appointment, I have to wait for 1 to 3 years. And only few people can get the motorbike license by legal means. Other people have to pay extra legal money to get the motorbike license. And the people who could not pay the extra legal money to get the motorbike license, they were compelled to ride the motorbike without license, facing the consequences. And if they are caught by the traffic police, they are harassed, and they have to pay the fine every time they are caught. And if they get an accident, they have to go to the jail, even if it is not their fault. So it was affecting the life and livelihood of many Nepalese people in the eastern Nepal. So when we realized this is a serious issue, we started raising our voice on this issue. So since last 5 years, we have been advocating on these issues. And in August 2022, Department of Transport, Biratnagar, they decided to ease up the motorbike license. And the same people who have to wait for 1 to 3 years just to get the motorbike license, now they can get the motorbike license within a 2 week if they are eligible. So only in Biratnagar, in my city, around 30,000 people have received the motorbike license since 2022 August. And if I talk about the province, my province, so more than 100,000 people have already received the motorbike license. Before, only from 2 places, motorbike license was distributed. Now, from 7 places, motorbike license is being distributed. So it has eased the life and livelihood of many people. It has created mobility, opportunity. It has given us some source of freedom. Thank you.
So in the Philippines, after 88 years, we've had these restrictions on foreign investment in public utilities and exploitation of natural resources since 1935. So there have been multiple attempts to revise those constitutional provisions, and they have all failed. And so fairly recently, we were able to chart a course forward and provide a feasible legal narrative that would allow for legislation to enable foreign investment in certain areas such as public utilities and renewable energy. And that's what the Foundation for Economic Freedom was able to do. So,
Thanks so much.